In a peaceful meadow, there lived a tortoise named Toby. Toby was a happy tortoise, but he had one big dream. He wanted to fly. Every day, he would watch the birds soaring high in the sky and imagine what it would feel like to glide through the clouds. One day, Toby decided that he was going to make his dream come true. "I may be slow on the ground," he said to himself, "but I'll find a way to fly." First, Toby visited his friend Robin the bird, who was perched on a tree branch. "Robin," Toby called, "can you teach me how to fly?" Robin fluttered down to Toby and smiled kindly. "I'd love to help, Toby, but tortoises weren't made for flying. Your shell is heavy and your legs are short. It's not the same as having wings." Toby frowned but didn't give up. There must be another way, he thought. Next, Toby went to see his friend Squirrel, who was always jumping from tree to tree. "Squirrel, can you help me learn how to fly?" Squirrel twitched his tail and said, "Well, I can't fly either, but I jump pretty high. You could try climbing a tall tree and jumping off." Excited by the idea, Toby slowly climbed up the tallest tree he could find. When he reached a high branch, he closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and leaped into the air. For a moment, he felt weightless, as if he were really flying. But then, with a thud, Toby landed softly in a pile of leaves below. That wasn't flying. Toby sighed, rubbing his shell. Determined, Toby tried again and again, visiting different animals for advice. He asked the butterflies, the eagles, and even the frogs, but no one had a solution. Still, Toby refused to give up on his dream. One evening, as Toby sat by the river, feeling a little sad, he noticed his reflection in the water. The moonlight shimmered on the surface, making it look as if his reflection was floating. Suddenly, an idea sparked in Toby's mind. "I may not be able to fly like a bird, but maybe I can float," he exclaimed. The next morning, Toby gathered sticks, leaves, and vines, and with great care, he built a small raft. He placed it on the river, climbed aboard, and pushed off the shore. As the raft drifted down the stream, Toby felt the breeze on his face and the gentle rocking of the water beneath him. "This is it," Toby shouted with joy. "I'm not flying, but I'm floating, and it's just as wonderful." Toby floated along the river, feeling as free as the birds in the sky. He realized that sometimes, even if things don't happen exactly the way you imagine, you can still find joy in the journey. From that day on, Toby would float down the river every morning, waving to his bird friends in the sky. And though he didn't have wings, Toby felt like he was flying in his own special way.